Ladies and gentlemen, it's mano a mano, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBC Super Middleweight World Title. Tonight's main event sanctioned by the State of Nevada Athletic Commission, the Honorable Governor Bob Miller. Commissioners, Chairman Dr. Elias Ganem Nat Carasali, Luther Mack, Dr. James Nave, and Crispin Rivera. Your Executive Director at ringside, Mark Ratner. Your doctors in attendance. For the safety of the fighters, Dr. Robert Boy and Al Capana. Your timekeeper is Jane Broadfoot, and counting the knockdowns, Mr. Mike Lasella. Your three judges doing all the scoring for tonight's main event, Chuck Giampa, Dave Moretti, and Jerry Roth. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of tonight's main event title bout, in the ring for his 67th title bout, he is referee Joe Cortez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the principals, first boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in at an even 165 pounds, with a fabulous pro career, 37 wins, 5 defeats, from Cranston, Rhode Island, this young man, former two-time world champion, now ranked number 5 by the WBC, number 9 by the WBA, the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza. And his opponent, boxing out of the red corner, this man needs no introduction to worldwide boxing fans. Wearing the black trunks with the solid gold trim, he weighed in at a fit, fighting and ready 163.5 pounds. He too with a fabulous pro career, 93 wins, 9 defeats, 64 big wins coming by knockout. He's a former 4-time world champion, now currently ranked number 8 by the WBA, number 8 by the WBC, number 9 by the IBF. El Hijo de la República de Panama, from Panama City, Panama, manos de piedras, the hands of stone, Roberto Duran. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBC Super Middleweight title. Your referee, Joe Cortez.
All right, Vinny. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Remember what I told you guys. Protect yourselves. Clean fight. Give me a clean fight. Shake hands. Good luck. Go ahead.
Well, as if this crowd needed to be worked up to a fever pitch, Gordon Wood just added to it very nicely. So the ring announcer, the time for talking is over. The rage that they both have displayed will be on display now in the ring, an 18-foot ring.
Again, James, this is where I said we have to see if Vinny's all keyed up. He's not a fighter underneath him right now. But can he keep it controlled, or will it work against him?
We've talked about the rage that Vinny Pazienza has displayed all week long, and the question by Ray Mancini is, will he channel it effectively?
A big fight like this, you have to stay calm, control, as I said, control aggression, use it in your favor.
Duran, on the other hand, has used that tactic in eliciting that rage quite effectively. He did it with Sugar Ray Leonard when he was targeting his then-wife, Juanita, with inflammatory remarks.
Exactly. You look at Roberto, he stays calm. He knows that emotions don't win fights. That eventually you have to have the boxing skills and the boxing technique. He's just staying nice and calm right now. And that's how you let your punches fly with, just let him fly nice and easy. And it's times that you don't get caught cold with tricky punches or sucker punches, so to speak. When you're stiff and you're tight, anything can drop you, knock you down, or maybe get a cut because you're too tense.
We talked about the physical condition of Roberto Duran. As you take a look, only the slightest evidence of a little pudge around the midsection, but I'll take that for a 43-year-old.
See, again, right now he's just nice and easy in there. And Vinny's all keyed up, man. Vinny's gonna have to calm down.
James, I knew this was the strategy Vinny was going to take. He's circling side to side, mostly to the left, but then coming back to the right, and then every so often coming in and getting his shots off and getting out again. It's the only way he can fight. He's got to give him the movement, the side to side, the good shots. So there he goes to the left, and then he'll come back to the right. He can't walk to him. Now he's back to the right.
But
back
again,
to the left.
I'm sorry, again, though, this is what I'm talking about, the 18-foot ring, how it works in Duran's favor. He doesn't have to chase him too far. He just cuts him off on the angles. As I was saying earlier, he knows how to cut off the ring, and he just takes angles. He doesn't have to find it.
Break out clean.
Feeling out process in round number 1, under 30 seconds. Pazienza on the break, connecting with the left on the head of Duran.
The thing is, Vinny's going to have to get a little closer during the next couple rounds.
And as he does, Duran waiting for that opportunity. The end of round 1. The looks were a little nastier than the action we saw in the first round.
Just take your time. Take your time. Don't rush into anything. Use your head. Don't just put him on your side. You put it on exactly where you want him to put him. Use the combinations. He doesn't have a lot of experience. He's not going to try to steal this fight from you. Close your eyes. Keep using your jab.
5-1, 7-5-1. If he's not, he's laying back. He's laying back. So double up on the jab. Double up. Boom, boom. They coming when you're on right now.
Okay, in round 1, they both landed 10 punches. Roberto Duran threw 51. Vinny Pazienza threw 31. Vinny Pazienza landed a higher percentage. Very, very even round.
And the few punches thrown indicative of the feeling out process that was a part of round 1. This is round 2, scheduled for 12. Non-title fight between the legend Roberto Duran, the black trunks with the gold trim, and the comeback kid, Vinny Pazienza, black trunks, white laces.
As I was saying at the end of last round, Vinny's going to have to get a little closer. He's jumping in with his punches. And that's where an old cagey veteran like Roberto will catch him with counter punches. Vinny's got to move his feet, get a little closer, just find his range, and let the punches fly. Because right now, I thought he had a very good first round. You know, now he's more relaxed. He's gone through it. Got to get a little bit closer, though.
You were very complimentary of the movement displayed by Vinny Pazienza, and Pazienza said a lot of that credit should go to Kevin Rooney.
Yes, he credits Rooney with being overhauled, doing a complete overhaul job as a fighter, giving him side-to-side movement, teaching him to use his boxing skills instead of having to get in trenches all the time.
Duran, effective counter to the body and to the chin on the break.
James, what I like is the way Vinny Pazienza moves his head, too. I mean, Kevin Rooney taught him real good head movement. He's not an easy target to hit. Look at the way he moves that head.
But see, again, Harold, he's running in with his punches. Guy like Duran will let him try that for a couple rounds and then lean back with the right hand and boom. Now, Vinny's a sharp kid. He takes a good punch, but there's no need for that if he doesn't have to. Just move in with your feet. Just move your feet, slide your feet in and get closer.
I talked about Duran being a little upset with Pazienza talking so much about his home country. negative remarks, and he said he was going to make the kid pay for it. No way would he be intimidated by a Pazienza. Leather thrown, but effectively blocked that time by Pazienza.
I don't know if that punch landed, was a good body punch, or it landed went a little bit south of the border, James. But
that will have an effect as well.
Either way.
And another one south of the border, but Duran blocked that one. Duran, a street fighter, he knows all about those kinds of punches. Under 30 in round 2. Pazienza catches that one to the midsection from Duran.
See, this is one of the things that makes Vinny effective, is unorthodox style.
And the last time we saw that, particularly the running, it was a frustrated Duran saying no mas, and Pazienza goes down and wants to get at him. Joe Cortez says hold it. Pazienza probably more embarrassed than anything and wants to fight after the bell.
But the question is, was it a slip? I thought Joe Cortez hesitated because it was on the end of a punch.
Relax. You're not throwing enough. You're not throwing enough. Right? You know, maybe it's a little fighter on your ass there going down like that when he's pushing you. That's no good. Jim, 5'1", 5'6", 5'6". This guy's ready to go. Anytime you're close, all you gotta do is throw. You're not throwing. You're not throwing. You gotta force the action. You gotta force the action and get low, bend your knees when you're in close, get underneath him. And then push him back, open it up. This guy's nothing.
No rough tactics.
And in fact, it was a slip, not a knockdown. But talk about affecting the ego of Pazienza. He wanted back at it.
James, it's a judgment call by the referee. If it's on the end of the punch, the referee can call it a knockdown.
But in fact, it was a slip. Round 3, scheduled for 12. Roberto Duran, black trunks, gold stripes. Vinny Pazienza, black and white.
So this is where Vinny thought he would be more effective. He'd be stronger than Roberto, he'd push him back. But as you can see, Roberto was as strong as a middleweight when he was a lightweight.
Now we talked about the rage of Pazienza being controlled. Do you think that slip down because he was embarrassed is having an adverse effect, or is this good tactic on his part?
Well, obviously he's going to want to come back and show that that was a slip, and that it didn't do anything for his confidence. I mean, do anything to his confidence. But again, some street fight action here. But again, James, Roberto knows all the tricks, and Vinny will just have to calm down and get back to his fight plan.
Duran is not about to be out-machoed, and one has to go back a good ways to think about the last time Duran has fought a fighter as busy as Pazienza. Certainly not since Duran has returned to the ring on the comeback trail.
This is true, James. But again, Roberto and Vinny match up very well physically. The same height, reach. So there's not going to be a whole lot of, it's youth over experience. Youth and experience meeting.
Vinny Pazienza's got a cut on a lip. He's starting to bleed from the lip, the lower lip.
Nice left connecting to the chin of Roberto Duran, thrown by Pazienza. And Pazienza walks into a left from Duran. Duran, obviously not easily phased. He's fought them all. He's seen all kinds, and he takes his time.
See, watch, he gets body movements. He's getting head feints, shoulder feints. He's trying to draw Vinny in. It's one of Vinny's favorite punches with the shoulder.
I was about to mention, looked like a linebacker going after a running back. And you see as Pazienza easily escapes the attack of Duran. That's why Duran wanted the 18-foot ring, so he would not have to chase him too much. It'll be interesting to see as the fight progresses, whether or not Duran will get frustrated, not being able to connect subtly like Pazienza did on the chin of Duran.
Good shots by Vinny.
And that's the end of round 3, and the talking and jawing continues.
Pick your spots, combinations that you started around good, but then you got away from it. That's how you gotta fight. You gotta pick your spots, move, then you gotta back them up. Don't pull up.
Again, James, right here, as we call a hit and hold. Roberto's doing the old tricks, holding the arm, just keep moving the other arm, and Vinny's trying to tie him up.
Along with Harold Letterman and Ray Mancini, I'm James Brown as we get set for round 4 here at the MGM Grand Garden. A 12-round bout between Roberto Duran and Vinny Pazienza.
Vinny stuck out his tongue at Roberto at the beginning of the round.
Tactically, what do you see that you like or dislike up to this point?
Well, what I like about Duran's just very calm right now. He's ready to get into the rhythm. He's just very relaxed, and that's what you have to be. Again, that's experience. Vinny, but I like what I said about Vinny. It seems like the nerves are over, and he's just letting energy, forcing the fight with a lot of energy. His hands are definitely quicker at this point in the fight, and he's throwing a lot of punches. Again, though, a lot of them are short because he's not getting close enough with his feet, and a lot of them are going over the top of Duran's head. But the fact that he stayed active keeps Roberto busy, and you want to keep an older fighter busy.
James, let me tell you, the pained expression on Roberto Duran's face makes it very, very obvious that the movement is hurting him. This 18-foot ring is not helping Roberto Duran at all. Vinny Pazienza's got all the room in the world he needs to move. He's going side to side, coming in with good right hands. I'll tell you, Roberto's having a hard time with this movement. This kid is moving ahead, in and out, getting off good shots, and Roberto looks troubled.
Pazienza stated quite matter-of-factly that the 18-foot ring did not bother him at all. He said he has been training in 14 to 16-foot rings, so it made no difference. Paz was looking for the uppercut. Body shots thrown by both fighters.
James, big body shots. Right underneath. Those are the fights that cut a fighter in half.
To the body, connects to the head with the right. Duran trying to corner him and go to work, but it's Pazienza the more effective with the body shots. And Pazienza taunting Duran, hitting his stomach, saying, come on for more. The strength advantage clearly one that Pazienza enjoys. He likes it there.
Yeah. And Duran's punches are dragging a little bit more each round.
James, those double and triple left hooks that Pazienza's throwing to the body, boy, those hurt. Joe Cortez just won Vinny Pazienza for something he does all the time. He grabs the rope. A fighter is not allowed to hold the rope. It's against the rules. Cortez caught him the first time he did it.
And used the momentum of the rope on the spring back to try and throw a punch.
Yeah, and look at all the blood coming out of Vinny Pazienza's mouth.
Final seconds of round 4. And that's the end of round 4.
Use your combinations. Roberto, you have to use your combinations. I know, I busted his lip. Go always keep him in front of you. Don't stay behind you. Just keep him in front of you. And go to the body. Move your head.
Okay, through 4 rounds, 39-37, 3 rounds to 1. Vinny Pazienza. I just think that movement, the fact that he's so darn busy, getting off those shots, in and out, beautiful ring generalship. Vinny's winning the fight.
Round 5. Roberto Duran has orchestrated his return since September of '92, handpicking opponents Ray and Harold, and opponents who have lacked real punching power. But certainly he is in a ring with a guy who is very, very dangerous.
I tell you, James, I see this fight swaying in Vinny's favor right now because Duran went back to the corner. Well, at the end of last round, he was breathing very heavy. Vinny buried some great left hooks into the body, and he's a strong guy, and Roberto's feeling the effects of those punches. He's really sucking up a lot of air. Right now, Vinny's got the edge going in his favor.
That's the second time Joe Cortez caught Vinny Pazienza grabbing a rope. 1 or 2 more times, he's going to take a point. But I agree with Ray Mancini. I think that Roberto Duran is breathing hard. And I'll tell you something else. He ain't showing us that he's got a lot of legs. He ain't moving at all in there.
5th round action here at the MGM Grand Garden. A 12-round bout between Roberto Duran and Vinny Pazienza. James Brown along with Ray Boom Boom Mancini and Harold Letterman.
Right now, another reason, Roberto was cutting off the ring earlier at a much better pace. Now he's trying to stand in the center ring and make Vinny come to him. As Harold said earlier, Vinny's got all the room he needs to move.
Speaking of movement, we've talked about what appears to be a sapping of strength and stamina on the part of Duran. Pazienza looking just as fresh as round 1. And down goes Pazienza. Well, for a man who's been fighting for 27 years, we can't let appearances be deceiving. He's still cagey.
But again, that's balance. I mean, he drew Vinny in. Vinny had that left hand down too low, dropped a quick right hand. The momentum of Vinny coming in and the punch dropped him. Wow. Wow. Oh, there's a cut over
the left eye.
Guys, there's blood all over the place. There's blood all over Pazienza's face.
A lot coming from the cut over Duran's left eye, and it may very well have been the result of a butt.
See, Vinny's pushing him, using his strength. It's going to work to Vinny's favor if he keeps pushing him around.
Pazienza going to work. Duran on the ropes.
Vinny's got a cut over his, right on the forehead, right above his eye, on the forehead.
Both guys bleeding very badly.
And that's the end of an action-filled 5th round.
You got a cut too. The other guy got a cut.
Okay, treat it.
I'm all right. Put your arms down.
Come on, stop the cut. Stop the cut.
Yeah, give me a break.
James, again, as I said, it's the momentum of Vinny coming in, boom, ran. That's just timing and balance. And not so much power as this timing and balance. Boom. See?
And I know in Aikido and Tai Chi, you allow the opponent to use that momentum to his disadvantage. Here's the headbutt.
Well, looks like there's blood on these guys already. Yeah, Vinny's reacting, you're right. That was the butt underneath there.
But James, the rule is this. If Joe Cortez calls it a butt, it's a butt. The only one that can see the butt is the referee. If Joe Cortez doesn't say it's a butt, that means it's a punch. And if the fight gets stopped, the guy that's cut loses on a TKO. So we don't know what Cortez called at this point.
Round 6.
Okay, punches through round 5. Vinny Pazienza throwing less punches. Vinny Pazienza landing more punches. So far, you know, Pazienza is the more effective puncher.
There's blood streaming down Roberto's side of his face. They can't stop the blood on Roberto right now.
Harold, that was an action-packed fifth round, but how did you score it?
10-8, Roberto Duran. You had to give him an extra point for that solid knockdown.
Roberto Duran joins a long list of fighters who have continued to fight at age 40 and beyond. And you have to go back to Bob Fitzsimmons, who fought to age 40. He was born in 1863 and fought to 1914. Of course, we all know the name Archie Moore. He fought to the age of 49.
I think Vinny's starting to feel that Roberto cannot keep up the pace, and that Roberto is lacking steam in his punches. And I think Vinny's going to start picking it up now. He has to.
Paz, a wicked shot to the side of the head of Duran. And a left by Paz. Vinny Pazienza looking remarkably refreshed even after those exchanges against the rope.
Good right hand by Duran. And Vinny wears it.
And Paz helping Joe Cortez by signaling the low blow.
The rule here is this. Roberto Duran landed a low blow. Vinny Pazienza can take up to 5 minutes to recover. He can get up to 5 minutes rest. If he can't continue after 5 minutes, he loses on a disqualification. Well, actually loses by abandonment. But he can't take as much as 5 minutes.
And here's the low blow, clearly. Pazienza's face a bloody mess.
You know, James,
Duran bleeding as well.
what I was going to say is, Duran, even though Vinny's a little bloody, Duran's is in a worse spot. You know, so even though Vinny's bleeding a little more, I think Duran, you have to be concerned because he's an older guy. The cut's not going to heal as fast. And right now, they have not stopped it from beginning around. Roberto's been dripping blood.
And tactically as a fighter, do you think about those things or just simply you see a cut, you go for it?
Oh, you go for it. Absolutely.
Period.
Roberto's trying to be a little more accurate with his punches now because he's not throwing as many.
But thus far, certainly a good round for Vinny Pazienza. And that's the end of another action-packed round, round 6.
Yeah, this guy is done, man. This guy is done. Dry his face up. That cut is nothing. That cut is nothing. This man is yours.
James, again, we're talking about here's the war of attrition. Boom, right in the middle of the ring. Banging. Vinny using them fast hands, good combinations. That's going to be the key to his victory.
As we get set for round number 7, Vinny Pazienza's career has spanned 11 years, 1 month, as compared to 27 years and 3 months by Duran, as Joe Cortez slows up the action, and now time in.
James, Vinny Pazienza uses a cutman from New York, a real experienced guy, Nelson Cuevas, a real veteran cutman. He's doing a good job.
And we talked with Nelson Cuevas yesterday, and we talked about the fact that Evander Holyfield did not have a cut man in his corner. And he thought that that was a disgrace. Well, in that, of course, the cut duties were being performed by the trainer as well.
Well, he's going to get a chance to show us what he can do tonight because these guys are going to be bleeding through the rest of the fight. It's that type of war.
Oh, Duran right on top of it.
Again, Duran's a little more accurate with a shot, but Vinny's throwing a lot more.
And Cortez warning Pazienza. I found it interesting how Duran's corner tried to minimize how bad that cut was, psychologically trying to boost him anyway.
James, if you watch Roberto, this is what I'm talking about. I said Vinny has to get closer with his feet. Watch Roberto. He just uses angles and space. He steps back, slides back 6 inches, slides back a foot, just enough to be out of range of Vinny's punches. This is that's what I'm talking about, the greatness of Roberto Duran. It's the little things like that I notice and that the general public wouldn't know, but he just slides back, he slides in, just finds his distance. It's great to watch.
And again, a man who has never been quick of foot, Duran, but employing the proper techniques.
Exactly. As long as you have balance and distance, that's all you need.
Body shots effectively thrown by Pazienza. Low blow warned at times, thrown by Duran. Cortez talking to him.
James, as long as they have both hands free, Joe Cortez is going to let him fight on the inside. But you can't fling a guy into the ropes like Roberto Duran did.
Well, you counter streak tactics with streak tactics. Solid shots by Duran.
Yeah, James, I mean, he's fighting in his distance. He's not throwing as many punches, obviously, but he's picking the shots, he's pinpointing them. Vinny, obviously, is trying to turn on the juice, trying to overwhelm Roberto with strength and throwing a lot of flashy flurries. But geez, oh man, they're both bleeding bad, and he's got to get a little. I love the fight, but.
Well, Paz looks to be bleeding the worst of the two.
Yeah, he is. But again, I said it's in a worse place on Roberto.
And that's the end of round 7, scheduled for 12.
It's okay.
It's not troublesome. It's okay.
You gotta throw, man. You gotta throw more than you're throwing. The movement was good, Ben. The movement's good. You're not punching enough. Combination. You even got too much respect, it looks like. Don't respect them. Go that right hand every chance you get. Every chance you get, let that right hand go. Straight. Everything right hand.
Okay, James, boom. Again, he's just finding his distance right there. It's a short, choppy shot. That's he found him with the jab. Bing, bop, right there.
Round 8 scheduled for 12, Pazienza and Duran.
Okay, 67, 65, 5 rounds to 2. Vinny Pazienza, after 7 rounds, I think the guy's too aggressive, too busy, landed too many shots.
Duran, clearly a crowd favorite still, and understandably so. As we mentioned, a legend that has been built the old-fashioned way. He's earned it with some memorable fights. And a question that many people had coming in is, would Roberto be deluding himself by thinking that he is what he used to be? But you're saying, again, he is staying within what he can do best.
Exactly, a good point, James. He's staying within what he can do. He's using the experience. He's using all the tricks. But again, he's throwing up shots, catching Vinny. They're both throwing some very good body shots. Roberto's catching Vinny on the way in. And again, that has a double effect on you.
Interesting that you note that as Duran eats a right from Pazienza. Pazienza loading up on each of his punches, clearly the stronger. But as he walks in, Duran is certainly utilizing that effectively.
Exactly.
You don't have to be that strong if you're using that guy's aggressiveness.
Using balance and distance, exactly.
To his disadvantage.
Catch the guy on the way in. It's double force. That's how he dropped Vinny earlier. James, I'll tell you what, pretty soon, Joe Cortez is going to take a low blow, a point away from somebody, because they're whacking each other real south of the border all night long.
Tactically, are you liking what you see from each fighter, Ray?
I think right now I do. I think right now this is the best way they can win. Roberto's got to use again his ring generalship, and Vinny's got to use his youth and strength, which he's trying to do.
Pazienza, the active one against the ropes, but Duran, again, effective with his shots. Not throwing that many, but effective.
And also, James, they're using Ray's gloves, which is a Mexican make which are known as puncher's gloves.
8 ounces.
8 ounces, but solid. And man, when you get hit with that, they have no tendency to cut the skin on a lot of fighters. So a lot of guys don't like using them because they'll cut you up bad.
Making it more difficult in terms of the cut also is you talk about the stitches being up high as well.
Right, they have a high ridge on them.
Under 30 in round 8. Pazienza loading up.
See, Roberto again finds his distance with the jabs. Vinny stops punching, he's wide open, Vinny Roberto sticks just an easy jab in, but it scores points.
A solid right thrown by Pazienza. Duran still very alert though. And that's the end of round 8. And Cortez having a difficult time separating the two.
Concentrate on this fight.
Close your eyes.
Concentrate on this fight. Now you're starting to take the lead here now. That's the way to do it.
Keep it close. Keep it close.
You're starting to take
Ray,
the lead.
we talked so much about the gloves. Describe it.
Again, James, we said those are raised gloves. They have the high ridge on the laces. And here we see Vinny using those laces very effectively.
So again, that high ridge with those laces being raked across the face.
They're used as a little weapon.
James, that's called healing a fighter.
Round number 9, Roberto Duran, black trunks, gold stripes. Vinny Pazienza, black trunks with the white laces. Scheduled for 12.
You know, I just think at this point, Vinny looks like Vinny's in tremendous condition.
No doubt about that,
Seems
Ray.
to be sucking up air. Vinny, I think, really has to his corner should be telling him to pour on the juice. You make Roberto work them legs. Just work. He's tired. His body's tired right now. Just make him work and try to wear him down.
Now with that tactic, what about the alertness, though, that Duran has shown? Even though being tired, he's still alert to deliver some effective punches.
Oh, he's still going to throw a punch back. We know that. But you're going to slow down his punching. See, good shot.
Wicked left, nicely landed by Pazienza. And another left by Pazienza. And a right by Vinny Pazienza. Can Duran continue to eat those punches, Ray? Effectively thrown by Paz.
I think he's got to start moving a little bit more. His upper body and his head.
But James, the point still remains. If they stop the fight, and Joe Cortez says that he didn't see Roberto Duran, but Vinny Pazienza, Roberto Duran wins the fight on a TKO. And I didn't see Cortez call a butt.
Harold, I got to tell you the truth. I'd put a bet on them stopping this fight on a kind of a cut at this point. I'd put a bet on that.
Don't look too good at this point. He's bleeding from everywhere.
But they could wipe that off. I think they got to give him his chance to finish the fight. Oh,
well, I tell you what, I think this crowd would be most upset if they stopped it on the cut.
Absolutely, James. There'd be a riot.
A theater that seats 15,000, and it looks as if we've got a good 10,000 plus enjoying this action here between Roberto Duran and Vinny Pazienza.
James, I've been trying to get the attention of Joe Cortez to see if he did call it a butt, but unfortunately, he's working hard there, and I just can't get his attention.
And rightfully so. He's got two very active combatants there. And Harold, as a judge, I'm sure you would have to agree that Cortez has done a marvelous job.
Oh, yeah. Joe Cortez is a terrific referee, and the main thing is he's keeping the fight moving. That's why you see all this action. He's not letting anybody hold, and he's not letting either guy get away with anything.
Duran was trying to load up for the right. Pazienza baited him, and he missed. And Pazienza connecting on the combinations. And that's the end of round 9. Pazienza trying to psych out Roberto Duran, the man known as the psych artist.
You have to get him throwing those punches. Dry him up with the towel, will you? Breathing hard. Breathing hard, guy.
Con la boca, vamos.
Breathe in through your
Esa
mouth.
izquierda adelante, que él está mirando a la izquierda y de pronto le comer con la derecha, ¿ok? Muy bien. Sigue trabajando,
Here we
sigue
go.
marcando puntos.
See, James, Vinny's foam. He started to throw a lot of punches. Again, he's using his speed, his youth, and he's catching to Roberto. And that's what he has to do, is step up the pace.
Round 10 scheduled for 12.
Pazienza looking just as alert as in round 1 as we get set for round number 10. Duran comes in with ring experience, 564 total rounds to 288 for Pazienza. That coming into the fight. Harold, during that last break, we noticed not much talking, if any at all, from Duran's corner.
Well, James, sometimes with an older fighter, these guys don't want to listen to too much because, you know, what can you tell a guy that's been fighting all these years? Roberto Duran knows what he has to do, and he knows what he wants to do. It's the same thing with George Foreman. He doesn't like to be talked to.
I agree with Harold. That's exactly it. He's been through the worst. What they're going to tell him. These guys, you know, he's been through it. They just want to keep him relaxed. But, you know, they're the extra pair of eyes for them, but I think he sees everything. You know, it's pretty out there for him. Just relax, keep him calm, try to give him as much rest as possible.
And you've seen that a number of times in other sports, a timeout called in basketball where a coach won't say a thing with a veteran squad. He knows they know.
Now his strength is really starting to really clearly dictate the fight. He's pushing Roberto all over the ring.
Because he hasn't lost any strength at all. I mean, his stamina is still strong, that being Vinny Pazienza.
James, and Vinny Pazienza shoe shines him. What he does is he hits him 5-6 shots to the body like he'd be snapping a shoe shine rig.
And that's exactly what Kevin Rooney suggested way back in round number 2 and 3 to double up.
And it's bleeding bad. That cut is like not only dripping blood, it's streaming blood.
Okay, very important point. Joe Cortez has told our staff that unintentional headbutts did cause both cuts, the cut to Roberto Duran, the cut to Vinny Pazienza. If the fight gets stopped, we go to the scorecards.
And it seems to be a moot point now because both fighters continuing to fight effectively. Not an issue at this point. Again, Duran trying to use the savvy and let Pazienza walk into that body shot.
Exactly. He doesn't want to use his legs if he doesn't have to. He's letting Vinny come in, trying to catch him with counter punches. But I think speed is too much for him right now.
What legs?
Yeah. His feet are pretty much cemented into the floor now.
Well, we've talked about the unorthodox training techniques used by Vinny Pazienza, and thus far hasn't hurt him at all, despite having a beautiful penthouse pet as his girlfriend with him here in preparation for the fight. Pazienza against the ropes, but the more effective and accurate. And pushing Duran off, and that push-off closes round number 10.
Coming up.
Hey, go on like that.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes, Vinny. Close.
You know what I'm saying? Then pop him and move. Pop him and move. Pop him and move. But hard right here to move.
All right, Ronnie Levy coming up.
When you close by Marie, don't let him.
Okay, through 10 rounds, 97-92, a commanding 5-point lead for Vinny Pazienza. 8 rounds to 2. Duran picks up an extra point for the knockdown, but I got Vinny Pazienza solidly in front.
Well, I'm gonna have to argue with Harold on this one. But I'll wait. I'm not gonna give my scorecard yet, but I gotta argue with him on this.
I like your competitiveness, Ray Pancini. And let's take a look at the punch stat numbers.
Okay, punches through round 10. Vinny Pazienza, 186. Roberto Duran, 153 landed. So in other words, Vinny Pazienza is landing more punches than Roberto Duran.
And he just landed a clean right to the chin of Roberto Duran. Vinny Pazienza clearly displaying what he said yesterday, that he in no way respects Duran and does not feel honored to be in the ring with him. Round 11 from the MGM Grand Garden. James Brown, Ray Mancini, and Harold Letterman bringing you the action here on TVKO. A non-title fight, 12 rounds.
Oh,
Duran connected again as Pazienza walked into a combination.
I think, though, see, Vinny comes right back. That's it. Throw a lot of punches and bunches. I like the action here. I think Vinny is starting to dictate the pace of the fight. I mean, he's starting to dictate in a big way. I mean, I think he's been dictating the pace of the fight, but he's dictating in a big way.
A bigger way now.
I think it's clearly evident that he's carrying the fight now.
And even against the ropes, Pazienza sends the messages loud and clear as he fights back aggressively. Street brawling tactics. A left thrown by Pazienza finds the range.
Roberto's looking for that big right hand again, but I don't think he's going to find it.
And he's going to need it, Ray.
Trying to draw Vinny in, he's smirking at him, making faces.
Well, clearly, Vinny Pazienza has control of that rage we talked about at the top of the fight.
Yeah.
Nice uppercut by Pazienza. And I must say, I'm impressed with not only the fact that Pazienza has controlled that rage, but he's fought a smart fight.
For the last half of the fight, he has. He knows he's using the speed. He's hitting him with a lot of shots. He knows Roberto can't come back with anything effective.
And using the strength.
Yes.
And James, not only that, Vinny Pazienza's winning the fight on the inside where Roberto Duran wants to fight. He's just outgunning him in there. Head to head, Vinny Pazienza's landing more shots. Look at this. Beautiful left hook.
Pazienza active against the ropes as he has been all evening. Duran trying to make it a brawl. And Pazienza sapping the strength of Duran as we head to round number 12.
Come on, you have to go now. This is it. This is your last round. You have to go for it now. You have to go for it now, guy. You have to throw everything you got in this round. Just everything you have. Everything you got right now.
Boom, good shots right there. Vinny's catching, even though he's on the ropes, he's landing the harder shots, the more effective shots. Speed, again, there was.
And again, a little subtle use of the shoulder by Pazienza, as you mentioned before. An extra punch.
Okay, punches through round 11. Vinny Pazienza landed 211 punches. Roberto Duran only 77. Vinny Pazienza with a tremendous edge in punches landed through 11 rounds.
An appreciative crowd as we enter round number 12. Roberto Duran, only one of a handful of fighters who fought in 4 decades, Archie Moore and George Foreman being a couple. And Harold, we have seen some strange things in boxing before, but I trust no chance of any funkiness, if you will, in terms of the scoring.
Hey, listen, I've been wrong before. I think Vinny's winning a fight about 9 rounds to 2. But let me tell you, I've been wrong in the past, and you never know what's going to happen.
Well, Ray, you wanted to disagree earlier with Harold.
I have Vinny winning, but I have him much closer than Harold. That's the thing. I don't think anybody's really dictated. But Vinny has over the last couple rounds shown he's clearly winning, but you know nobody's really dictating. Well, now Vinny starts to.
And as the sweat repeatedly flies from the head of Duran, it shows that Pazienza is dictating. And again, a right by Paz. Pazienza showing the heart that has certainly characterized Duran through his career of 27 years.
It's just a great entertaining fight right here. Vinny's doing what he has to do. He's using the speed. He's making that's what I said. He's making Roberto work. He's done that over the last 4 or 5 rounds.
Well, the young kid, as Roberto Duran has called Pazienza, certainly has earned the respect. Whether Duran will give it to him, it has been earned clearly in front of the boxing audience.
Boy, I tell you, see, Roberto's not going to take any chances. Vinny's doesn't have to take.
And neither should Vinny.
No. But eventually, when the crowd starts booing, they're going to start mixing it up a little bit more.
Paz trying to taunt him. Under 30 in the final round. And we may be seeing the end of a great career, that of Roberto Duran. Pazienza in remarkable shape, pressing Duran.
Yeah.
And connecting still is Pazienza. And the crowd showing its appreciation as we come to the close, a 12-rounder. Duran, as we've seen over the years, we started this way, so let me end this way. Do you agree with his scoring?
No, I mean, I have Vinny winning, yes, but I have him ahead 115, 112.
All right. An excellent fight indeed, and certainly the pace was set by the co-feature bout, Greg Haugen and Tony Lopez. A superb fight indeed. As we take a look at the numbers here, the punches landed clearly in favor of Vinny Pazienza, and the percentages as well. Right now, let's go up to our ring announcer, Gordon Wood, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 action-packed championship rounds of boxing, I give you the scoring by judges as follows. Judge Chuck Giampa scores about 117-113. Judge Dave Moretti and Judge Jerry Rott both scored about 117-112 for the winner and new IBC Super Middleweight Champion, Vinny the Tasmanian Devil Pazienza. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the legend of boxing, Manos y Piedras, Roberto Duran.
Well, even